What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Apologies for being a little bit MIA. The myself and my co-founder Hanifa, we got married, so we kind of had a little bit of wedding plans that needed to take place. We needed the wedding to be out of the way. We're busy working on new we're busy working on new course content in the background. So we've been sort of eyeing charts here and there, kind of thing. We all remember this move from here upward. Excuse the trend line is very disgusting. Okay, cool. We took the buy up here. We ran it about 16,000. I think it was 16,400 where we closed off, something like that. Yeah, up here. Right. So we closed off there. So now we're kind of waiting to see what NAS wants to do here. So with this, there's two scenarios here which are still valid based on where we are now. We have a potential head and shoulders that can still pan out. It seems unlikely though, but we kind of want to be ready for it. Alternatively, let's just do this quickly. Alternatively, what could happen here now is we could simply just nick here and shoot downward, right through that one potentially, right? But for just to be ready for like all of the outcomes that may or may not plan out. So what you're looking for is consider a sell once we break here. Remember, guys, I only show well, not only, I mostly show charts on a daily. These are big numbers. If you like a normal day trader, you do it on the 4 hour. Your entities are the same, your levels are the same, right? Outside of that move, you can kind of see like how that would make perfect sense, right? So for example, if you take a short position here below that line, let's say that's our entry on the 4 hour, that will be your support. You see the 200 here wouldn't really play a role because of if we look where the 200 MA is on the daily, look at my 50 MA is on the daily as well. So I would chase the trend line. If we did break that area, I would chase the lower trend line. That would give me a 3:67 risk to reward. Yeah. As it stands now, though, what I would consider is a chase to the 17. Now, excuse me, guys, my trend lines I kind of did them quite quickly, but I mean you get the sort of general idea of what I'm doing here. Like if I zoom out for you, you can see we're in that channel still, like comfortably. What I would like to see is a possible chase of like the 17,080, which is like around about here. So if this line extends, this one here, if this one can extend upward, I'm just gonna remove this, guys. If this one can extend upward, yeah, right. So even if it didn't go like up, like straight, like this, like straight up, and kind of just ranges on its way up there, that's still fine because 17,000 is where I'm actually gonna call it quits in terms of a buy. So for that buy to take place, I needed to confirm that it's not gonna take the head and shoulders on the first try, right? So what you're looking for is a break of this area here. So let's say 1410, a retest, and then we chase 17, right? Here in the middle here, guys, will be quite a choppy one in between. So remember, we might ping this trend line profusely before we actually get there, this internal trend line here. Yeah. There's not much more to be looking at when it comes to Nasdaq right now. Simply because we kind of high. We are very high at the moment. So I do foresee a sell kicking in soon. Now, one thing to keep in mind, just holistically now, not just with Nasdaq. Like yes, we all love to catch an entry for the Santa rally. Sort of like I normally last year I took it in like November already. This year things are looked a little bit different. I suppose the buy to hold would have been the one down here, but I already hit my take profit, and that's why I called it quits. But if we are gonna seek an entry, I would probably need to make a new video around where exactly we would try to seek that buy or sell that might come into play. For now, NASA, I'm leaning more toward the bullish market, but anything can happen. As you can see, we've not broken this area yet. Once we break and close on the daily above here, we wick downward to pitch that 8 MA in the background there, the yellow one. right? We wick it and then I'll get in. But then I will look for confirmation on the 4-hour chart to tell me, okay, yes, that's your entry, right? So that's what I'm waiting for right now. Then the other one I wanted to look at, and this is going to be a very short market outlook video in comparison to the other ones I've uploaded before, guys. The other one I want to do is I want to look out for GBP Jpy. Now, I personally have traded this quite heavily before I kind of stumbled onto Nasdaq. Um, the reason why I sort of hung back a little bit from it, because I mean, when this thing ranges, it ranges, right? Like it, as you can see here, I mean, it's a daily chart and it's just ranged. So I stay out once the breakouts and the signs start coming, that explosive moves are coming like these, I get ready to jump in again. So I think I do have the original entry on here. Give me a second. Object G. Yes, I do. So my original entry was up here. So when we got that first break-in structure this year, we confirmed. I then took the sell, right? With the stop loss just up there. To be honest, guys, that was sheer luck to not get stopped out there. Like, I mean, it just missed. We came down, now we have the retest. So the reason why I also wanted to show you guys this chart and show you why my target is here, all that kind of thing, is kind of ties in with liquidity. So here we have some arranging market. We got our first break-in structure. We're now falling in to come eat up the liquidity at the bottom. So hence why I drew the conclusion that that first break-in structure that will fall, and that's exactly what happened. We got the break-in structure, bang, in, sell, doof, retest. There was a second entry to come in. I unfortunately missed that one. I'm still in though. So I want to see a fall down to around about this area. Once we get it around about here, the 200 would have caught up, right? The 200 would have caught up a little bit. This would have touched here, and then we'll continue upside, right? So what the next thing you want to do is you don't take the buy from here, guys. Don't take it from here. Take the buy from around this area. So this second, you see a confirmed higher low. Once you get that confirmed higher low and you see it test this area, that's where you're going to get in, right? You wait for that candle. There'll be a bearish candle, a bullish candle. You look for an engulfing. You look for inverse hammer, anything like that. Yeah, any sort of confirmation to tell you that the market's about to buy. When this buy kicks in, I will probably update you guys accordingly if I don't miss it myself. I mean, we are coming to the festive period now. Things kind of slow down. I don't really trade much in December. I will be actively on charts and actively with the students that I've enrolled. But outside of that, like, I'm not really going to be much on charts. But your buy kicks in here. So let's say 149,300 about. That's where about your buy comes into play. In terms of other charts, I mean, we can have a look see at US30. Just a quick glance at it quickly. So we see we had a breakout, and now we're trying to break back in. So one thing to note here is we want this to do this. We wanted to stay above this 50 MA to confirm the bullish momentum, right? So I want to see a little bit of bull move, wick or touch that that 50 MA, and then you can catch a buy there. This one, however, I will actually be more strict on because things could go awry very quickly here. I would maybe even like to see like a little bit of a retest of this internal trend line and then the confirmation for the buy upward. If we get that, which is actually really nice, come to think of it, if we get that, I'll take it from the beginning, right? And your stop is nice and tight as well, yeah. So to look something like that, the 5 is to 63 risk to reward. Take it easy on US30, guys. Like, if you can catch one or two entries now before December, make them count. I'm actually personally eyeing GBP Jpy for that specific one, for this buy. That's my hope. And then for NAS, I'm kind of hoping to catch my hope, obviously, guys, I don't dictate what the market does. My hope is to cash that target to 17,000, which was my ultimate target for now, for like this year. That was my last call out. If you guys watch my previous videos, I make mention of 17,000 here and there. Then the last thing I wanted to cover with you guys was the news. So we're going to look at news this week, right? Those of you who are, remember my time is South African time, guys. So just make sure you do the time differences between everything, yeah? So we had future Powell testifying, we had pending home sales, which is good. So the USD should be doing well. FOMC member Powell speaks. That's later tonight. That's something we want to listen to. Or well, for whatever you guys offer. For me, it's later tonight. Right? That is something that is of great interest to us because they'll probably discuss inflation. You know, like inflation is very key for us that trade indices and things. Yeah. Then we have CB consumer price confidence. We had future Powell testifying again. Now this doesn't really bother me so much, but this though, we have ADP non-farm employment change. This is a key factor for the best one for non-farm payrolls. I've mentioned this before in some of my videos, guys. Like we need this report. We need this report. So let's get an idea of what's happening here. You can see the forecast is a little bit lower. It's not to say it's going to have a negative effect on Nasdaq per se, but let's see what happens. My hope is personally that this is a good number because it would coincide with a couple of other things that I'm busy looking at. Yeah. Then we have ISM manufacturing PMI. We have crude oil inventories. Initial jobless claims. This is a goodie for us as well. It's nice and late in the week. Should give us a little bit of a boost to tell us where we want to be. Hopefully, if all goes well with this, initial jobless claims should be good. In terms of cracking it up to Nasdaq up to 17,000 area. Then we have non-farm payrolls. Look, guys, we also have unemployment rate, and we have ISM non-manufacturing PMI. Friday is a very big day. I don't think I want to be in. If I don't get close to my take profit, I'm gonna move my stop into profits and just let it take me out if it needs to take me out. It's a very risky area. If you could hit your targets by Thursday, that would be great. If not, you kind of just have to just take your time, guys. Like I will keep those of you who want constant updates. I do have a Telegram channel that's in the link below. Like I said, short and sweet video. It's good to be back, guys. There's some new things coming. Like while I have a little bit of time, actually, we'll be uploading our new website soon. Included in that website, all our classes will now be done online. So you would log into a server, super secure, there's constant support. It's the same thing we've been doing, but I won't be doing the classes in person any longer. Yeah, so everything you log onto a server and you go study the courses from there. With that, there's a couple of other things coming in. There's new techniques that we'll be adding that won't be shared over the YouTube videos. Only private students will be privy to those. There are like 3 more tools and then another strategy that I'm going to share with my guys. So get involved while you guys can, and I hope you guys don't mind how short the video was. Very excited to be back, like I say. Yeah, guys, like I hope if you did like the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And without further ado, guys, let's get moving more than average.